Hi, and welcome to tape 2. In this tape we're going to work on footwork, hand and elbow techniques. Now from tape 1 you should already know how to wrap your hands. If you don't, go back and review it. It's important that you do it properly to protect your hands and wrists from injury. Now you should know about the tie shorts from tape 1 also, and your cup, and your ankle supports. And as we did in tape 1, you want to stretch out and warm up. If you need to, review that tape again. Remember, you want to make sure all your joints are loose, your muscles are warm. It's important that you're not stiff. Be relaxed. Start with the shoulders, big circles. I'm just going to do a very abbreviated version of some of those stretches that we did in that first tape. Stretch your waist, bend over, your knees. It's also good to stretch out after you work out. Loosen up the ankle. Stretch your lat out, your ribs. Nice and slow. Make sure you're relaxed, you're not tight. That's the most important thing. Cross your legs, bend over. Shake everything out. Roll the neck around, flap your wrists. Now we're ready to start basic Muay Thai. We're going to start with the guard. You want to start with your feet approximately shoulder width apart. You don't want them too far apart, nor too close. And have your weight comfortably on the balls of your feet. Now if you're right-handed, you're going to bring your left foot forward. That'll be your lead. And if you're left-handed, reverse everything. You want to raise your weight on your back foot and open the ankle so you have your heel raised. Bring your hands up, your right hand in front of your right eyebrow, your left hand out in front of your face. Let's start again. Left foot forward, raise the right heel, and turn the foot out, about 45 degrees. Raise the hands, and keep your chin behind your shoulder. Keep the right hand by the eyebrow in front of the face. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Here's how it looks from behind. See, I'm on the ball of the foot, my ankle is open here, I'm on the ball of the foot. When my heel is down, it's closed. And rock back and forth, gently shifting your weight forward and backwards. Now one more time. Shoulder width apart, left foot forward, on the ball of the back foot. Now if you're left-handed, everything is reversed. Right foot forward, on the ball of the left foot, turn it 45 degrees. Relax. That's your basic Muay Thai on guard position. Okay, hands up. Now we'll work on footwork. If you're right-handed, put your left foot in the front and rock back and forth. To go forward, move the front foot first. Just like this. To go backwards, same thing, back foot first. To go left, move the left foot first, follow with the right. To go right, move the right foot first and follow with the left. Whichever direction you're going to go in, move that foot first. When you move, you want to keep your chin down and keep your hands up. Protect yourself. You're more vulnerable when you're moving. Keep the shoulder up, chin down and hands up. Go back, move the back foot first. Follow with the front. Go forward, move the front foot first. Stay on the balls of the feet.
นะครับดูนะ4-5 องศา9เก็บคาง9 step
See how my students do it.
9นะครับนะ9ข้างหน้าพยายาม9แล้วพยายาม
When you're working with students, it's important that you correct them if they don't stay on the ball of their foot.
ครับก้าวเท้าหลังก่อนนะครับแล้วก็เท้าหน้าตาม
You've got to keep that ankle open
ให้สูงคิดไม่สูง
and be on the ball so you can move.
หน้านี่สำหรับฟุตเวิร์กมวยไทยแบบเบสิก
This is the basic footwork for Muay Thai.
ทีนี้เราจะฟุตเวิร์กให้เร็วขึ้น
Now I'll show you how to move a little faster.
ยืนในปลายเท้าตัวเอง
Still stay on the balls of your feet. It's the same thing, only faster.
เวลาเราชกมวยก้าวเร็วขึ้นดูจังหวะให้ช้าเก็บคางลงเก็บคางลงนะฮะพยายาม
Move in and out.
ไหลตัวเองขึ้นเก็บคางน้ำหนักตัวไปข้างหน้าหน่อยนะครับดึงให้ช้าจังหวะลงมองเขาขึ้น
We're rocking back and forth.
นะครับเวลามองเขามอง
Now when you look at an opponent, look at him from the waist up, from the head down. Focus on that general area.
มองลงดูที่ว่าเขาจะออกอาวุธอะไรมาหาเรา
Watch how they move.
นะครับก้าวไปข้างหน้า
Watch what they do before they throw a punch or a kick. Study them.
นะครับเราเคลื่อนตัวให้เร็วขึ้นนี่คือมวยไทยเรานะครับสำหรับฟูดเวิร์กแบบ
Now moving on from basic footwork, the first thing we have is the slide.
นะครับต่อไปเราอาจจะให้เขาฝึกสไลด์
When you slide,
ครับสไลด์ไปข้างหน้า
you're going to move the same way. If you're going backwards, you move the back foot first.
ดูนะครับก้าวไปข้างหน้า2 ก้าวหลังแล้วพยายามเปิดส้น
Stay on the ball of the foot, open the ankle,
ดูนะครับ1 2เปิดส้น
and slide the front foot back.
2
You want to push off the front foot, transferring the weight onto the ball of the back foot. As you push off the front foot, jump back. From there, you can also jump back in, like this. So this technique can be used as both a defensive technique to jump back and away from an opponent, or you can counter off it. You would slide back and then jump back in.
นะครับดูนะครับเขาเลยจะเข้าไป1 2
Hop back and in.
1ครับ9อันนี้ครับสำหรับสไลด์แบก
So again, the slide can be used just for a defensive technique or to set up a counter. Now I'll show you some basic hand techniques. The first is the jab. Keep your arm and wrist straight, your chin down. Be on the ball of your back foot. Open the ankle up to transfer the power forward. Now you can switch leads, just reverse everything. After you jab, bring the hand right back. It's important to protect your face. When I jab, I transfer my weight from my back leg forward by opening my ankle, being on the ball of the foot. That's how I get my power. Now when you jab, just don't stand there. Move and jab. Move and jab. Keep the shoulder up. Don't jab down. Jab up or straight across. Jab and move. Again, when you jab, keep your shoulder tight but loose. Tight to your cheek. Now I'm going to move and jab some more, a little quicker. See how I transfer the power? Make sure you get the power off of the back leg through your body. Snap it out. Bring it right back. Don't stand still. Move. Jab and move. Now I'll show you how to work with some students. Watch them closely. When you're working with students, you must correct them. Now keep the hands up. Jab and move. You bring the hand right back to the face. Staying on the balls of the feet, opening up the back ankle to transfer the power through the body and to the arm. If you don't bring the hand right back to the face, you're wide open to get hit by an opponent. Don't be slow, and make sure you transfer the power. Nice and quick. Snap it out and bring it right back.
Good. Good. Push your out.
Now, if you work out on your own, don't get lazy. You've got to be your own teacher and make sure that you do all the things I'm saying. It's very easy to get sloppy. It's very important that you transfer the power from the back leg through your body to your arm. That's where all your power comes from. Not from the arm, but from your body, from your legs. When you jab, extend all the way out. Don't punch down. Extend straight out. Be quick.
When you work out by your own, you have to hand up all the time. Don't stop and make it easy way for you, okay?
Now Nick was kind of punching down, the student on the left. Let's see how he does now. Much better.
Good. Up. Nice. Yeah. Up. That's good. นะครับการแยกมวยไทยนั้นพยายามแยกทุกครั้งเนี่ย
So remember, keep the chin down, make sure the power comes from the leg, the shoulder stays up. Now when you jab, make sure you keep your right hand, if you're jabbing with the left, up. Keep the opposite hand up to protect the head. It's got to protect the head from a kick or a punch. You're vulnerable when you punch or jab, so keep the other hand up. Now once again, let's go over the basic jab. When you jab, you can stay on the ball of your foot, keep the ankle open, keep the shoulder in, down and in, other hand up by the eyebrow. If you switch lead, same thing. And when you work out, you have to correct your partner. If you're using focus gloves or kick pads, whatever it is, make sure that they're on the ball of their foot, they transfer the power through. Make sure that if he's making mistakes, you're the one who notices them. When I work with my students, I make sure they do all of this. They make a mistake, I correct them. You've got to pay attention because people can't see what they're doing, so it's your job to make sure that they don't make a mistake. Now I'm going to work with a few of my students. This first student has had a few fights. I've worked with him for about 4 years. Watch him closely. He punches straight out on the ball of his foot. He's a more advanced student. See how he comes forward, ball of the foot, arm straight out. Now the second student I've worked with for a shorter period of time. He's much newer to the whole Muay Thai experience. He's done very well though in this short amount of time. But he doesn't extend the arm out far enough. Watch this part of the tape several times and see if you can see the difference between the two students.
Slow, hang on, slow. Open the angle, open that, keep the chin down. Good. More, fast.
Both bring their shoulder up very well. Shoulder has to be loose and relaxed. Don't make the shoulder tight. It's got to be loose and relaxed so you can throw the punch. When you fight, you have to fool your opponent with the jab. Sometimes you'll throw it, sometimes you won't. You might step forward and jab, or you'd step back and jab. Step to the left and jab, step to the right and jab. You can move fast and jab. That has been your basic Muay Thai jab. We're now going to talk about the cross. The cross is your other hand. If you are a left lead, it's going to be the right hand, and reverse it for the other side. After you've worked on your jab, you should work on your cross. The cross is also known as a straight punch. So when in your stance, after you jab, bring the jab back. Don't drop your hands. Always bring it right back. Don't drop it down. You drop it down, you'll get kicked or punched in the neck or head. Right back to the head. After you jab, the cross follows. Make sure that you come from the back. This is the power punch, more powerful than the jab. Turn the whole body into it. Jab, then cross. Extend out. Here's how it looks from the side. Jab, then cross. See how I'm on the ball of my foot? All the power. Open my ankle. All the power. Jab comes right back, then I cross. Then the cross comes back. Jab, then cross. This is the 1-2 combination. It's the most basic combination. 1-2. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Make it quick. The cross is your power punch. You set it up with the jab. Get the whole body into it. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to do it by breaking it down. Here's how you do the cross. See how I turn my body? My whole body's into it. From my foot, up my leg, to my back. Bring the hand right back to the chin. You've got to be on the defensive right afterwards. Throw all your power out and bring it back. Turn the body into it. Remember, this is your power punch. You've got to use all your power. Set it up with the jab and then come through with the cross. You can move fast and throw the cross. Don't be slow. Don't be sloppy. Make sure you bring the hands back. I can't overemphasize this. After you throw the punches, bring them right back. Don't drop the hands. When working out with students or a partner, it's very important that you observe what they're doing. Just don't stand there and hold the pads and let them hit them. Your job is more important. You have to watch what they're doing and correct any mistake they make, and encourage them if they're doing things properly. Make sure that they come through and turn and hit the pads properly. Just don't stand there holding the pads. Now once again, I'll be working with a newer student and a more experienced student. Watch them both to see the difference and to see that they turn their hip, they get their body into the punch. The newer student is a little tighter usually. Let's see what happens. First we'll have the more experienced student. Walter looks pretty good, but he's not turning his shoulder enough. He's on the ball of the foot, but he doesn't come through with the cross. He needs to extend more and come from the back power, to bring the power from the back of the leg. Needs to extend more. Now let's watch Nick. He's the newer student. He needs to be a little looser. He's not letting the shoulder go. He doesn't bring it through. He's not as quick either, but that comes with more with experience. Not bad though for a new student. So this is what you must do. You must correct the students or your partner and show them what they're doing, what they're not doing. We want to see the power come from the back leg. The cross is a knockout punch. If you throw it right, if you do what I tell you, you can knock somebody out in the ring. Keep the shoulder loose. You've got to throw the punch out there. Snap it out. Now this is better. I think you can see how his punch is stronger here. And you can hear the pad being hit. That's the sound you want to hear. And Nick looks a little better here too. He's still tight in the shoulder. It's hard to keep your arms up and be loose.
หนักแน่นน้ำหนักมากขึ้น
But if you're tight, you can't be quick.
เราต่อยถูกต้องเราชกถูกต้องแล้วเนี่ยน้ำหนักจากหมัดขวาออกไปเนี่ย
You want to make it fast.
น็อกได้ง่ายๆน็อกคนได้ง่ายๆเลยฉะนั้น
If you're tight, you can't be fast.
เคลื่อนตัวยังไงออกหมัดยังไงถึงจะน้ำหนักมากฉะนั้น
So this is a way to work with students and partners. Watch them closely and give them feedback. So far, I've told you about the jab and the cross. When you jab, make sure you stay on the ball of the foot and transfer the weight forward from the back leg. Same thing for the cross, but turn the body more. More power, that's your power punch. See how I transfer my weight forward? I turn my body. Replace one shoulder with the other for the cross. Look at the back leg. That power comes straight up. This is your basic combination. 1, 2. Jab, cross. Power from the leg, not from the arm. Keep the shoulder loose. You're going to be on the ball of the foot. Open the ankle. All right. Now I'm going to show you another punch. It's called the hook. In Muay Thai, we have two types of hooks, the short hook and the long hook. The short hook is when the opponent comes into you. He's approaching, you can hook him to the head or the neck and the body. The long hook is used when he's farther away from you and you want to reach out to him. Muay Thai hook is different from most Western boxers. They squat down, they turn the body very little, bend the knees, the power is down there. Muay Thai is different. We stand the balls of our feet. We make our arm parallel with the ground, and the knuckles are square when we hit. The knee doesn't bend as much, but the foot pivots. That's the important difference. We turn our body into the punch. See how I turn? My arm is parallel with the ground, and I pivot on that front foot. Turn your whole body into the punch. Once again, the power comes from the body, not from the arm. Pivot on that foot. Turn. You can punch high, you can hook low, but always keep the arm parallel to the ground. Make sure you move when you throw all your punches. Just don't stand there. Be active. Hook high, hook high, hook low. Now when you hook, make sure you keep the other hand up. Just like your other punches, you've got to cover with the other hand. Keep it parallel to the ground, the hooking arm. Make the knuckles square. High or low, same technique. Pivot on that foot. That's where the power comes from, turning your body into it. Keep the shoulder loose. Use your legs to drive through. Once again, see how the power comes from my leg up through my ankle. Okay, that's the short hook. Now I'm going to show you the long hook, which differs a little bit. Directed towards the head usually. You're going to step in and reach out. The palm can be facing down, like in the short hook, or the palm can be facing you, towards your face. Either is acceptable. You want to step in, turn and hook. Follow through with the elbow. Make sure the power comes from behind, just like the short hook. Step in and turn.
น้ำหนักทิ้งออกไป
Keep the shoulder loose and turn.
ครั้งหนึ่งฮึบ
Step in and turn.
หุบ
Move. Just don't be static.
ฮึบฮึบสวัสดีครับเมื่อกี้ผมโชว์
Alright, so far we've gone over the short hook and the long hook, both with the lead hand.
แล้วมาหัดหมัดฮุกที่ยาวหมัด
Now when you hook,
ฮุกที่หน้า
You can hook to the head, you can hook to the body.
ลองฮุกยาวๆเนี่ยจะแตกต่างกันนิดนึง
Always turn though when you hook.
ฮุกที่
Don't
หน้า
drop the hand when you hook. The other hand. Keep your guard up. Make sure you turn the leg. That's where your power comes from. From your legs. Pivot that leg. Pivot that foot. Turn. Low hook. Same thing. But always keep the opposite hand up. You've got to protect yourself. Drop your hand, you could get punched or elbowed to the head. And that won't feel good. Keep it up. Protect yourself while you hook. Bring the shoulder up to your cheek when you hook. It helps protect that side, the punching side. Alright, so now we've gone over the short hook and the long hook. Make sure you don't drop the opposite hand. It's very important that you defend yourself while throwing punches. Now I'm going to show you how to work out with a student or a friend, hold the pads for them, and so they can work on their hook. And watch what they do. You can learn for yourself also by correcting them. Make sure they turn. Keep the arm parallel to the ground. The first student is my student Walter. Watch how he works out. Yes, he needs to pivot more and keep the arm more parallel with the ground. Like that. See how it's parallel? Just like that. You keep the elbow up like that because you can follow through with the elbow and cut them with your elbow. Go right through, and sometimes you'll cook them and then hit them with the elbow also. So it's very good to follow through with the elbow. I want him to turn his leg more though. If he turns it more, he'll have more power.
Right hand up, right hand up. Chin down. Good. Chin down.
He snaps it out very nicely.
Turn more.
But turn more.
On the body.
That's a low hook. Those are body shots. This is higher for the head.
Okay, นะครับ long hook. Long hook. Good. Again. Right hand up. Right hand up.
He should still turn more. That's it, right there.
Good. Right hand up. Turn. Up. Good. Up. Good. Up.
He pivoted right there.
Up. Good. Up. Start hook. Up. Hook. Hook. Good. Hook. Okay. Hook. Up. เห็นไหมครับ เวลาฮุกเราจะ
When you hook, make sure keep the knuckles square. The elbow goes through and parallel to the ground.
หมัดฮุกของมวยไทยแล้วนะครับ เราโชว์และแนะนำเพียงเท่านี้สำหรับหมัดฮุกเรา โอเคนะครับ
So far, we've covered the hook that's both short and long with the lead hand.
ซ้ายเราถ้าเราฮุกซ้ายมือ
Power from the leg, keep the other hand up,
ออกไป
and turn.
แขนศอก
Elbow parallel with the ground and follow through with the elbow. Power from the
ฮุ
leg.
กเราจะฮุกขวาก็ได้
Now the other side, or your rear hand, same thing. It's a power punch. You're going to pivot the back foot instead of the front foot. Keep the elbow parallel, just like the front hand. It's the exact same motion, only it's from the other side. And you should have more power. You're turning the body, just like the front punch. Same thing. So that's the back hook. Now we'll move on to the uppercut. Now again, the uppercut is different from Western uppercuts. You want to wait till the opponent comes in. Keep your feet planted. Don't bend down like a Western boxer. It's different in Thai. We come up, get on our toes, and punch through. Keep the other hand up, just like all our other punches, and the power comes from the back leg, just like all the other punches. Turn up. Keep the other hand up, and rotate the shoulder. Turn the body through the punch. Don't squat down. That's not what we want to do here. Turn into the punch. Open the ankle, be on the balls of the feet. Whether it's the front or the back. The back is always more powerful because you get more of your body into it. But the front's a good punch too. Be able to use them both. You sit down. The reason we don't sit down like that in Muay Thai is you'll get kneed in the head or kicked in the head. That's why we don't go down. We stay up and straight.
ยกขึ้นเฉยๆยกขึ้นเฉยๆดูนะครับมุก
Turn and throw it.
ดูนะครับช้าๆครับ
This is a very good punch to use when the opponent comes in close.
เปิดส้นปึ๊บขวา
Power comes from the legs, just like the other punches. Watch it from this angle.
ขึ้นขึ้นอัปเปอร์คัตขวาขึ้น
See how I turn my body? Power comes from my leg.
ปึ๊บอัปเปอร์คัตเสร็จแล้วกลับมือ
Turn
ที่เดิมปึ๊บ
Turn.
กลับที่เดิม
Bring the hand right back after you throw the punch.
ปึ๊บกลับที่เดิม
Turn the hip also.
นะฮะกลับที่
Turn
เดิม
right up.
สำหรับอัปเปอร์คัตก็
Alright, that's the basic uppercut.
สำคัญถ้าอัปเปอร์คัตหนึ่ง
Now what I don't want you to do is just use your arms.
ขวาขึ้น
Use your body.
ซ้ายขึ้น
Bring your power through. Bring your hips through. That's where your power comes from your body.
อัปเปอร์คัตเสร็จแล้วมือกลับมาเข้า
Stay upright on the balls of your feet and turn the hip.
ฮึบฮึบกลับฮึบฮึบ
Like that.
ปลายเท้ายืน
Power comes from the
ฮึบ
legs.
อย่ายืนเต็มเท้าอย่างนี้
Don't be flat-footed. No good.
ยืนอย่างนี้หนึ่ง
On the balls of the foot so you can turn the hip in.
ฮึบ
You've got to use the body for your
ฮึบ
power.
ดูนะครับดูข้างนี้นะฮะ
See how I turn?
ดูข้างนี้
You can't do that if you're flat-footed.
ฮึบ
It's very important that you use the body.
คัดของมวยไทยก็มีเท่านี้นะครับโอเคนะครับทีนี้เราจะฝึกสำหรับอัปเปอร์คัตให้ดู
Now we're going to use the focus gloves to develop our uppercuts. Remember, turn from both sides. Always keep the other hand up. Turn the body. That's where the power comes from. Now the uppercut, like all the other punches, when you work on it with the focus gloves, you've got to watch your partner, make sure they're doing everything properly. Meet the punch with the pad, come down and hit their punch with the pad. Let's watch Walter.
ซ้ายซ้ายซ้ายซ้าย
I want him to use more leg. That's better. He comes through the pad real solid. Now the right side. More hip. Bring the body through it. But these are good uppercuts. Can use more body. More power.
Now left and right. Left and right.
Now he's throwing a combination. Left-right uppercut.
Good. Again.
Walter's worked very hard to develop these uppercuts.
โอเคแล้วเราวอเตอร์เขาจะทิ้งน้ำหนักออกไป
See how he turns. I want him to turn his body more though. Now let's look at Nick. He's a much newer student.
เล็บเล็บโอเค
His punches aren't as compact. He's a little wilder. I need him to turn more too.
Right.
The right's pretty good.
Left and right.
Now when you uppercut, you have to turn your hip and your body. Just like that.
Good. Hand up. Up. Up.
Make sure you keep the opposite side hand up. Keep your chin down also while you uppercut. Keep it in tight.
หนึ่ง
Turn.
สอง
Turn. Just like that.
น้ำหนักต้อง
Power comes from the legs, just like the other punches.
นะครับอีกครั้งหนึ่ง
Turn. Turn.
กลับที่เดิมอัปเปอร์คัตซ้ายมือ
Keep
ข
the
วา
opposite
ขึ้น
hand
อั
up,
ปเปอร์คัตขวามือซ้ายขึ้น
no matter which punch you throw.
ครับกลับครับ
And always turn for your punches.
ครับนี่สำหรับหมัด
Alright, to review.
ไทยของเรา
Make sure you keep your chin down, your opposite hand up when you throw the punch. Turn your body, be on the balls of your feet.
สำหรับอัปเปอร์คัต
That's your basic Muay Thai uppercut.
เคนะครับ
We're now ready to move on to combinations. Now, when you throw a combination, you want to do it at the right opening. A way to create an opening with an opponent is to move your body. You can lean in or lean back. By doing so, you'll either make the distance between the two of you less or more. This will give you the opportunity to throw a combination or even just a regular punch. Lean back. You can avoid a punch and then come back in with a punch. Go back on your foot when you lean back. Keep your hands up. It's always good to move. Don't be still. Move back and then come in. You can drop your hand to block a kick if he throws a kick. So that's how you can set up the opportunity for combinations. The first combination we're going to work on is the jab cross. We covered this a little bit before. This is your basic combination. 1-2. 1-2. Now you have to bring the hand right back. 1-2. Keep the shoulders loose so you can throw the punch out. Move. This is your most basic combination. This is the one you should work on first. Now we'll move on to the jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, and then left hook. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Now you've got to have all these punches down separately before you move on to the combinations. Keep moving. Before you hook, make sure you bring the right hand back to cover. Don't leave yourself open, then throw the hook. Bring it back, cover, hook. Don't rush yourself. Stay relaxed. But be quick. Alright. Next we're going to work on the jab, cross, weave, hook. Weave or lean, same thing. Jab, cross, then you would lean out to avoid your opponent, come in and hook. There's a beat between the punches. You want to have your timing down right.
1, 2, whip,
Don't rush it. Look for the opening. Now, the jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. These are all the punches you've learned so far. All in one combination. Jab, cross, bring the hand back, hook, cover, uppercut. Again, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Use your body, jab, cross, uppercut. Always bring the hands back to cover. That's the most important thing. Not throwing the punch, but making sure you don't leave yourself open. Then work on making it faster. Turn on the power. Alright, here's another one. Jab, uppercut, hook. Jab. Bring it back. Uppercut. Then the hook. Jab, uppercut, hook. This is a powerful combination when you're in close. Now the cross, hook, cross. Power. Bring it back. Hook. And then come back with the cross again. This is a rare combination. We're starting with the cross. Cross, hook, then another cross. If your opponent's looking for the jab, this will fool him. There's no jab here.
หนึ่งสองขวาปึ๊บ
This is a good way to set up a punch with a double
หนึ่ง
jab.
หนึ่งปึ๊บฮุกเดี๋ยวนะครับช้ายัดสองครั้ง
Jab,
หนึ่งสอง
jab, cross,
แล้วก็
and then the hook.
นะครับอีกครั้งหนึ่งหนึ่ง
Jab,
สอง
jab,
ขวา
cross, and then the hook.
เร็วๆนะครับหนึ่งฮัดฮัดหนึ่งฮัดฮัดฮัดฮัด
Try to break up your rhythm. Don't do it the same way each time. Now jab right to the body, low, and then the hook.
ยับฮัดฮุกอันนี้ยัดหน้าเขาแล้วก็หลอก
When you do this, he might drop his guard to cover for the body shot, and then leave the head open. Jab, then go low, downstairs, then to the head.
บุกบุก
Don't always aim for the head. It makes it easier for your opponent to protect themselves.
ทำนะครับฮุกต่อยลำตัวกลับขึ้นมาฮุกที่หน้า
Bring it back.
ครับฮุกฮึบโอเคแรกเราเข้าไปหาเขาฮุกปั๊บ
Left hook to the body, cross, then the hook.
ลำตัวก่อนนะครับเข้าไปฮุกฮึบต่อยปั๊บฮุกโอเคฮึบขาหนึ่งฮึบฮึบฮึบฮุกซ้ายที่ลำตัวป๊อปต่อยขวาที่หน้าฮุกซ้ายที่หน้าเดี๋ยวนะครับฮึบฮึบฮึบ
I use my body in all the punches.
นะครับต่อไปนี่ก็คือคอมบิเนชั่นต่อไปก็คือ
Here's the lean back technique again. Then we'll come in with the uppercut and then a cross.
ขวาตรงดูนะครับอีกครั้งนะ
Lean out, uppercut, then the cross. As the opponent comes in, as you lean out, then catch him coming in with the uppercut and then finish him with the cross. The power at the end. Set him up with the uppercut and then finish him.
ช้ากับอัปเปอร์คัตต่อยขวาออกไปนะครับตอนนี้คืออันหนึ่งอันที่เร็วๆนะครับดูให้เร็วๆนะฮึบ
You've got to come right back after you lean.
โอเคครับโอเคนะครับ
This is a different punch, the overcross, but not that different. Just come over his hand.
โค้งออกไปแล้วก็เล็บ
As you lean back, he might come in with a punch, and you're going to punch over that punch.
ขวา
That's why you lean out of the way, and then come with the uppercut.
ดูนะครับแล้วก็ต่อยขวา
Punch
โค้ง
over
ออกไปกลับมาปั๊บ
Pull it back, and then finish him.
ดูนะครับฮึบฮึบฮึบโอเค
Jab, hook, cross. You can see I'm getting sweaty here. These aren't easy to do.
ดูนะครับพอรถนี้เราหลอกเข้ามาแล้วแยบแล้วก็ฮุกเลยแล้วก็ต่อยขวาอีกครั้งหนึ่ง
Jab, left hook, then the cross.
แยบฮุกต่อยอีกครั้ง
Two punches from the left side, then the right. Now remember, this is just a sample of the many combinations that are possible to perform once you master all of the basic
สำ
punches.
หรับคอมบิเนชันนะครับโอเคนะครับต่อไปนี้ผมจะโชว์สำหรับ
Now it's time to talk about the elbows.
มวยไทยของเรานั้นมี
In
อาวุ
Muay
ธ
Thai,
ที่
this is our most
น่า
dangerous
กลัว
weapon.
และ
The elbows are very effective when you're in close.
เรื่องศอก
You can also use them in conjunction with the knees.
ผมจะโชว์ศอกก่อน
Knee
ศอกนี้
and elbow combinations
จะ
are very effective both in the ring or in a self-defense
ใกล้กับตัว
situation.
เราดีมากๆสำหรับ
With my female students, I really try to get them to work hard on the elbow techniques because you don't need arm strength to use the elbow. You use the body, just like the punches. Now we throw the elbow from the same position that we throw punches from. Hands up, protecting the head. The first elbow we're going to throw is a straight
ศอก
elbow.
ขวาให้หมุนจากด้านขวามานะฮะ
Just like that.
ไปช้าๆนะครับช้าๆ
Bring the hand across in front of the face.
หมุนศอก
Arm
ตรง
parallel to the ground. Use the tip of the elbow.
ตรงนี้จะเป็นกระดูกนะ
That's what you want to make contact with. Don't fold the wrist over. Keep it straight.
ธรรมดาบอกให้ตรงอย่าไป
Nice and strong.
ปล่อยให้รีแลกซ์นะครับดูนะครับช้าๆ
Turn the body into it just like the punch. Power comes from the ball of the foot, open the ankle, turn into it.
นะครับครั้งหนึ่งนะ
This is from your power side, so this is going to be the more powerful of your elbows.
ครับดูนะช้าๆ
Keep your chin down and tight.
ซ้ายเก็บเอาไว้เก็บคางจับ
Don't open your face up like this.
ครับหรืออย่าสอกอย่างนี้
Leaves you open for
งั้นพยายาม
attack.
สอกนั้นทิ้ง
Come
หัวไหล่
across,
ไป
use the tip.
ครับทิ้งหัวไหล่ถ้าทิ้งลำตัวออกไปปั๊บดูนะครับช้าๆ
Now with this straight elbow, you're aiming for the jaw, maybe the neck or the side of the head. You're in tight, and that's your target.
ด้านนี้อีกทีนะครับศอกขึ้น
Be on the ball of the foot and turn.
ด้านนี้
Pivot.
ดูนะ
Turn into it.
นี่คือศอกตรงอีกครั้งหนึ่ง
and move, just like the punches. Don't stand still and do it. Now the next elbow we're going to do is the overhead elbow, and the target for this is the forehead. You would attempt this elbow to go over your opponent's hands. If he has his guard up, but not up high enough to protect his forehead, you come up and over and down. Up, raise yourself, and come down. Get on almost on your toes, a little higher than the balls of your feet. Open the ankle up a lot, and come down. Use your power coming down. You have to have a flexible shoulder to do this, nice and loose. Come right across the forehead. If you do it hard enough, you'll cut them. Just like that. Bring it down hard.
จะแตกต่างจากศอกตรงนิดนึงนะฮะนิดนึงดูนะศอกตรงจะตัดระหว่างคาง
The straight elbow is for a cross, straight across.
ศอก overhead
And this comes over the top. Depending on his guard, you use different ones. You've got to see what your opponent's doing and then respond to it. The next elbow we're going to show you is the front elbow. Front elbow comes straight up from either side. You can also use it as someone approaches you for self-defense. Turn your hip into it. As they come to you, you just meet them. Turn the hip. Use this part of the elbow, the very point. Don't use the outside or the inside of the elbow. You're going to hurt yourself. That's where the joint meets. Use the bone. The front elbow is a lot like the uppercut. Same body motion. Bring the hip in and turn. Hip in and turn. Just like the uppercut, only you're striking with the elbow instead of the fist. Now our next elbow is a jerking elbow. It's very similar to the hook punch, only instead of hitting with your hand, you're going to be hitting with the elbow. Jerking elbow. Step in and turn. Pivot on the foot, just like a hook punch. Step in, pivot, turn. The difference between these elbows and the punches is that you would be closer to the opponent, or you would be bridging the gap, becoming closer to them. And it's better to use an elbow, it's more powerful. Step in and turn, just like the hook. You can come up at an angle, or go straight across. Remember, when we talked about the hook punch, we said you can follow through with the elbow also. Sometimes you won't follow through, you'll just use the elbow. Turn, pivot and turn. Use the body. Finally, we have the swing back elbow. This is a hard one to do. Watch me closely. You're going to turn around and use your elbow. Swing your arm around like this. You've got to be loose and relaxed. This is the motion, but you still want to use the point of your elbow to make contact. Use that point. Twist and then come back to your guard. Twist and come back to your guard. You're going to step in, pivot on your feet, twist, then come back to your guard right away. Keep your guard up before you do it. Pivot your feet and twist towards your target. Make sure you hit with the point of the elbow. Swing back elbow is good to use in combination with the jab, just like that. We've now covered all of the basic elbows that there are in Muay Thai. Just like your punches, you want to turn. That's the straight elbow. Get on the ball of the foot, turn. Use your body. Keep your guard up while you do it. The overhead elbow, raise your body, come down. Aim for the forehead. The front elbow, come straight up, just like an uppercut. Bring your hips in. Bring your power in. Use the tip of the elbow to strike with. Then the jerking elbow, it's like a hook. Step in and turn and pivot on that foot. Step in, pivot and turn. Right through. Right through. Just like a hook punch. And the swing back, point your toes at your target, set it up with the jab and turn around.
ครับ jab ก่อน
Jab,
ข้าม
turn.
ไปน้ำหนักจากศอกนั่นก็คือ
Use the point of the elbow.
ลำตัวเรา
You have to be flexible in the lower back.
ทำแบบ
It's the hardest of them all, perhaps.
ทำแบบ
Now, each of these different elbow techniques has a different
ทั้
application.
งหมดมี5ศอกมีศอก
Different situations you'll use it. Straight across,
ศอกสูง
up to down,
แล้วก็ศอกด้านหน้า
down to up,
แล้วก็ศอกด้านหน้า
diagonally,
แล้วก็ศอกกลับ
or spinning
ศอก
around.
นี้ดีสำหรับ
In each case,
self defense
just like your punches, your power comes from your body.
หาเราใกล้ที่สุดที่จะใกล้ได้
Make sure you use your body properly. Make sure you use the elbow properly too. Use the point. Don't use the inside of the joint or the outside of the joint. That's a very good way to hurt yourself. You've got to use the bone. That's your weapon. We're now going to move on to some combinations that I'll demonstrate with focus gloves.
เราจะโชว์ในเทปที่3กับ4ต่อไปนะครับโอเคนะครับในเทป2นี้
This is just a sample of the combinations that are available to you once you have worked with the hand techniques and elbow techniques. Remember, it's just a sample. Once you learn the techniques, you should invent your own combinations.
ตอนนี้ผมจะโชว์
Once again, let's go over the proper way to use the pads. You want to meet the punches or the elbows. Don't let them hit you. Don't be tight.
เวลาเขายักมากดลงไป
Meet them.
เขายักมากดลงไป
Meet them. Opposite sides. Don't be tight.
ถ้าทำอย่างนี้แล้วนักมวยจะชกไม่ได้เลยนะฮะ
And you want the punches to come from the opposite side.
ยับมากดลงไปเขาต่อยมากดยับกด
Meet the punches. Meet the elbows.
ทามมิ่งนะฮะออกเข้ากันเพราะคุณจะได้ฝึกตื่นตัวไปด้วยนะครับอีกครั้ง
Now it's even more important for the elbows be on the opposite side.
หรือถ้าเขาศอกมาถ้าเขาศอก
If you don't meet them properly.
อย่าเอามือซ้ายไปรับ
Because if he goes through the pad and skips off, he'll hit you. That's why you want to do it from the opposite side. That way, if he skips off, it'll go past you. So it's very important you use the pads properly. Walter's going to work with me now and show you some combinations on the pads. First thing he'll be showing you is 1-2 hook. 1-2. 1-2 hook. 1-2 hook. Jab cross hook. Jab cross hook. I want him to turn a little more in that hook, like that.
Hook straight hand. Okay, move this side. Okay.
Now that's a 1-2 hook cross. 1-2 hook cross.
Now, jab straight, uppercut left.
Now we're going to add the uppercut. 1-2 uppercut.
Bang, bang, uppercut. Hook right again. Okay. Slow, up, hook, up, okay.
1-2 uppercut hook.
1, 2.
1-2 uppercut. Here's the hook.
Okay.
Now he's going to speed it up.
Okay นะครับต่อไปนี้คือเย็บศอกขวาตรง
Now we're going to add the elbow.
เย็บ straight elbow นะครับโอเค slow นะครับ slow เย็บ
Jab.
elbow อ่าฮะ
Right elbow.
โอเค
This is the straight elbow. Jab, straight right elbow. So he steps in on the jab, bridges the distance.
เย็บกดลงไปเย็บกดลงไปครั้งหนึ่ง
Brings his hands right back up afterwards.
ดูนะครับเวลาเขาศอกขวามือซ้ายเขาจะป้องกันหน้าตลอดเวลา
Make sure you keep the hand up when you elbow.
ดูอีกมุมนี้นะครับ
Always cover. Protect yourself. It's better to take a punch or an elbow in the hand than it is in the head. That's why you bring the hand to cover the head. This is a straight elbow up. Jab, straight elbow. Jab, straight elbow.
แล้วศอกตรงตอกกดลงไปฮึบฮึบทีนี้ศอก overhead
Now we're going to do the overhead elbow. Jab, overhead.
ศอก overhead อย่างนี้นะครับปั๊บโค้งกดลงมา
Gets up on his toes and comes down with his body weight.
ยืดตัวขึ้นครั้งนะครับ
Jab, comes down. Jab, come down.
ครั้ง
This is a very powerful elbow. Whips up and then down.
เปลี่ยน
You can go right over your opponent's defense.
Come back, the elbow. Straight and overhead, yep. Straight, up, overhead.
It's a double elbow. Jab, straight, and then overhead. Jab, straight, overhead. You can break down the defense with the straight elbow and then come over it.
Good. And move. Move. Up, move.
Got to be in close to use the elbows.
Up, straight.
set it up with the jab.
Hand up on the
And after you jab, bring the hand right back to cover.
เวลาเขากาดคือเขาจะมือขึ้นสูงกว่าเวลา ถ้าเราศอกก็มือตก
Make sure you use the right part of the elbow.
หาเรา
And make sure you have the hand up.
ศอกแยบปั๊บ
Bring the hand back and then elbow.
มือไม่ต้องขึ้น
Whether it's a straight or an overhead elbow.
สอง overhead elbow อันที่สามก็คือ
Alright, now we're going to move on to 1-2 jerking elbow.
left elbow okay 1-2 left elbow
Watch Walter. 1-2 jerking elbow.
นะครับ
1-2 jerking elbow.
slow and
Jab, cross, then the elbow. See how he pivots out? 1-2 elbow.
slow hang on
Whenever learning new combinations like this, it's a good idea to always start slowly, learn it properly, and then build up speed gradually. Then add the power.
หาครับหมุนเอ็น up
Pivot on that elbow.
okay up
Pivot.
fast
Now Walter's going a little faster. He's adding the power.
okay front elbow
Alright, once you've worked with all the elbow techniques, you'll find that in different situations you can use different elbows. For instance, the front elbow is very useful if you can't use the straight or the overhead. You should be able to come up underneath. Make sure you use your hips though in all the elbows. Come through with your power. Now when working with a partner or a student, once they've practiced all the elbows, a good way to see how well they've mastered them is for you to hold the pads and to say to them, let me see the front elbow. Let me see the swing back. See if they can do what you want them to do.
overhead straight up overhead okay straight up overhead straight up
That's what I'm doing with Walter here. He's not doing the elbow he wants to do. I'm commanding him. I'm giving him the instruction of which elbow to throw each time.
okay
And he's doing a pretty good job of doing what I ask.
okay
But you can only do this after you've learned all the techniques and really had some time to work with them.
swing back swing back and up swing back move swing back